Ohashima. Ohashima. Konshima. Jiri jiri. It's your kingshima. I'm only a few minutes late today. I'm early for my own stream. How are you guys? Did you miss me? Konnichiwa. 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 I missed you guys. I'm barely awake right now. I ended up sleeping at 4 AM last night for some reason. Why do I do this to myself? Why do I always sleep at 4 AM when I know that I need to wake up at 9 AM the next morning? Like, I set this time for myself. It's not even like I didn't know about this. Why do I do this to myself? I don't know how it happened. It just ended up being 4 AM. Also, the reason why I'm so, like, what's it called, zoomed out today is I suddenly, like, yesterday when I was in the train station, I suddenly had this thought. I was like, I have a full model, but I never use it. I feel like people forget I even have this wind chime. I feel like I need to show off this wind chime more. Now it looks like I'm just showing off my legs, but like, I feel like people who watch my content probably have no idea why I have a wind chime in my my Twitter, as my Twitter emoji thing. Sorry, another weird thought I had. I was like, wouldn't it be really nice if I had a mole here? Sorry, that's a bit. Anyways. Well, let me. What was it? Were you up cleaning maggots out again? No, this time no maggots. Fortunately or unfortunately, no maggots. What was I doing last night? I think the reason why I ended up sleeping late was because I decided to pour out some of the strong zero I didn't finish from like ages ago, the last time I had the stream, and I couldn't finish it and still haven't finished it yet. And I was just waiting for myself to finish it, but it took too long. I remember, but only because Hewan said slutty kneecaps one time. They're not slutty. That's a her problem. Oh, did it? Oh, give me 2 seconds. But yeah, recently, wow, I've been so, what's it called? It's so hard to stream consistently. I've been really busy. I forgot to say, yeah, I wrote this on Twitter, but I haven't announced it on stream yet. I'm going on a business trip to Korea next week, and so that's why I've been busy this week, and also that's why I won't be able to stream for most of next week because I'll be gone from, yeah, for most of the week basically, like Monday to Saturday. No, huh? Tuesday to Saturday. But yeah, anyways, most of the week. As far as you guys are concerned, I'm basically gone for next week. But before I go, I'll be meeting with someone on Monday. Haha. Who could it be? I'll be meeting with someone on Monday, and I'll be meeting with someone again while I'm in Korea. Who could those people be, huh? I wonder who I could be meeting up with. Why is there nobody watching the stream right now? What is going on? Oh, YouTube chat has just been going in and out today, just a heads up. Okay, that's reassuring, I guess. Why is there nobody here? Whatever, I think it's a technical difficulty. But YouTube hates us. YouTube hate. YouTube's stupid. Screw YouTube. I hate YouTube. But I guess there's nothing better than YouTube right now. There's nothing. Oh, did you guys enjoy my it goes out for 5 minutes at a time. I've been screaming into the void for a while. Oh no! Oh no! That's plot. That's so tragic. This is very, very tragic. But you know what? It's fine. I'm just gonna talk to myself today, I guess. But yeah, I'll be meeting with some people before I leave and after I get to Korea. What else? Did you guys enjoy my not ASMR roleplay yandere thing that I decided to make on a 2 a.m. on a, I can't remember what day it was. I literally, I needed to do so much work that day, but for some reason I was like, let's do that yandere voice acting thing that I've been thinking about for a while. And so I decided to sit down. Like, I think I did it in like 2 hours, like from 12 to 2. I just made that when I should have been doing work. I'm so fucked. I have a presentation to do in front of a client next week and I haven't, like, it's so bad. That was very good, King Taskaru. Okay, I'm glad you guys liked it. The video was pretty good. Okay, that's good, that's good. I'm so fucked, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll manage somehow. It's actually been pretty bad. I don't know. My life is a mess at the moment. I feel like my efficiency is just it's just down the drain. Maybe because I end up sleeping at 4 a.m. And also I just end up being late to everything because I sleep at 4 a.m. Where did you learn the yandere lessons? It's built inside of me. I was born edgy. I was a yandere all along. People who say I'm a tsundere are liars. But yeah, it's actually such a big problem, me being late all the time. Actually, it's been a problem since high school, but I'll fix it somehow. Otherwise, I'll be in big trouble. No, I think I'm mad at now. I think I'll be fine. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. I got this. Why is living life is so hard? Living alone is so hard. Can't believe I have to wash my own dishes and do my own laundry and clean out the trash and and vacuum. And I have to work as well. Like, this is so hard. She was preparing for work, thinking about yandere roleplay. Yeah, it's one of those things. I need a change of pace sometimes, you know? Like when you've been sitting down doing something for so long, except I haven't actually been doing that long. Like most of the time when I'm working, like 80% of the time I'm just on Twitter. It's so bad. Now I'll manage, it's fine, it's fine. I've got to do a presentation. I'm gonna shit it out if I have to. I need to do it. I'll finish it by Monday. I'll do it in the weekend. Anyways, aside from work, let's play Ace Attorney. Woohoo. This is so sad, YouTube chat. Why do you like this? Give me a second. King will perceiver. Pardon. Did I do anything else interesting in the past week? I don't think so. I don't think I've done much lately. No, at least not this week. Oh, I saw a tanuki. That was probably the biggest event this week. I saw a tanuki. It was a very... You know how rare tanuki are? Like, apparently, I talked to someone who had been living in my area for, like, most of their life. And he was like, I've only seen a tanuki about, like, 3 times in my entire life in this area. And I was like, I've seen a tanuki twice already. Like, in the few months I've been in this area. So I think I got really lucky. Apparently they're like really rare in especially in like the city area in Tokyo. So yeah, 2 times. I think it's some kind of sign. I think it's some kind of fate. Like I told Mama Shima about this and she was like, oh, Shima, it's your good luck again. You always have good luck. It's a sign. But what am I doing? What was I trying to open? I need to open the game. Let's see if I have enough brain cells to play this today. Oh, also, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 Episode 1 was really good. I watched it at 12 AM with a bunch of flatmates and it was really good. Like, Gojo's not my favorite character, but he's just so cool. And seeing Gojo and Geto together is just like, wow. The chaotic duo. The trashy duo. You can't help but like them. It got me feeling a bit emo as well. It's just like the voice acting, just having Nakamura and Sakurai together. Even though Sakurai can go to hell, but his voice is just like, fuck. It's so good. What do Tom Nooks represent in Japanese mythology? I'm actually not sure. I feel like okay, first of all, Tanuki can shapeshift and they can turn into humans. I feel like in the mythology ranking, they're kind of low ranked, but they're really cool. And then the other thing is they have massive ball sacks that they use to like catch like birds, and like they can be turned into like boats and stuff. If you go on Google Images, you'll understand what I'm saying. Just type in Tanuki balls and you'll know what I'm saying. But yeah, that is their most renowned feature. They have like massive, like grossly, extremely large ball sacks. Yeah, the magic ball sacks, yeah. The mythology is something. Tanukis can also be troublemakers. Yeah, they're like troublemakers. My favorite Tanuki anime is Ucho Tenkazoku. I really recommend it. That's about it's about a family of like silly Tanuki, and like in that anime, Tanuki are pretty low ranked and Tengu are like highly ranked. So Tanuki are just kind of like little like troublemaker type little, you know, like things that can turn to humans. Yeah. Ohashima. Who knew that I would actually be kind of on time today? Okay, let's start gaming, shall we? Let's start gaming, gamers. Where is the game? Ah,ちょっとちっちゃいね。ちっちゃいね。How do I make it? Was it the size before? I feel like it was the size before. Does it make a difference? Even if I full screen, it's still the same thing, right? I'll just stretch it out. You caught a Tanuki mid shapeshift. I wanted to go pet it, but it ran away from me. I guess that's normal, right? But my goal for next time is, because the first time I saw one from far away and I was like, that's a weird looking cat. Wait, the tail's kind of furry. Like, it's a whole shape. I think it's a Tanuki. But I wasn't 100% sure because it was like far away as well. But I knew as a Tanuki fan that was a Tanuki. And then this time, I was able to get a photo of it and I knew it was a Tanuki this time. And then I think for next time, I think I can get closer. Maybe go like, oh no, that's the wrong, what sound was that? Like, pss, 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 and get it to come closer. And then, because like rabies doesn't exist in Japan, so I think I can get pretty close. Without worrying about it biting me. Like, what can it do, huh? What can it do? Probably inflict a very strong bite on my hand, but at least I won't get rabies. Or just be a flesh wound. Oh my gosh, that's my future love interest. Psst, psst, psst. Do Shimas have magic powers too? No, Shimas are just cute. Not me, I'm cool, but like Shimas in general. I don't think Shimas aren't mythological creatures, they're just birds. Oh wait, Tanuki are mythological creatures as well. But I feel like Shimas only got popular in recent years. Case 3, right? It's Dracula. It's my future husband. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld. Oh, it's Santa Claus. They're just copying everyone in this game. There's no original characters. Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English? Oh my god, I'm so offended. Actually, that's racist. Huh? Oh yes, of course, sorry. But you asked if the defense was ready. And I couldn't be further from ready if I tried. Imagine you can just represent some random client in court without even those eyes please me. Nipponi. What is this? Great Britannia? What is this code guess? The Nipponese. I love how people who played this as well as watching always calls the judge Santa Claus. Oh, it is Santa Claus! It's like how this guy is Dracula. This guy is racist Dracula. That's what he is. That's who he is. He just went and said it. Those eyes, please. I need a British accent. I can't do a British accent. Those eyes please me. P505. Please, Nipponese. I can't tell where my accent is from anymore. They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of sacrificial lamb. A cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way to the tips of my toes. This guy is Chuny, that's what he is. He's racist, a vampire, and Chuny Bill. Now Mr. McGilded. Oh, not him again. Just looking at his face makes me want to laugh. Yes, my daughter. Oh, there's a new Black Butler anime coming out, by the way. There's a new Spice and Wolf, new Black Butler, new Natsume Yujincho, new Panty and Stock Intake. As Mr. Willy Wonka. You stand accused of murder, capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Santa Claus, what are you saying? Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this They're racist! To this foreigner. Foreigner can't even speak English. And he's Nipponese. As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a grand thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fellow's a student from some little island off in the Far East. Oh, I can't stand for the slander. Is it not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance? No, not really. I don't know what the British are known for aside from, I don't know, stealing stuff. No, I'm kidding. I'd like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud. I should stop shitting on England. So, did you hear you donated £5,000 to the government? Mother, please may we go and play in McGilded Park? That was too fast. It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded. Really? People tend to hate rich people nowadays. I'm very shocked. I'm very shocked. Was it not a thing to hate rich people back in the day? I feel like people haven't changed. I bet rich people got shat on even back in the day. That's definitely welcome news, and he certainly has a way with words. Oh, but I guess if he's showing up for his court case, it probably his supporters, right? It'll be like Elon fans, like, in the courtroom. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded, in most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you oh, we're fucked. These are the members of the jury. Why is there a fucking pickpocket? Oh, we're fucked. Damn. Okay, so we got the fat Monopoly man. We got some maid from Maid Cafe, pickpocket. Some, you know, what are they called? Jane Eyre, the lady who teaches people, who tutors kids, the lady who tutors rich kids. I don't know what he is. He looks a bit Asian to me, actually. And then there's a grandma. Wonka, here's the Elon of ye old England. These are the most British people who have ever British. They look very British to me, yes. Welcome to the new Mechanical Phoenix Wright series. I didn't realize they had juries. Wow. You 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? Yes, yes, my lord. If the task is to send brothers to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready. At the manor. At the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree. What the fuck? Ha! Any criminals here will be soon wishing they never set eyes on me. He's the biggest criminal. Oh, she's the quiet one. Oh, he's an alcoholic. His eyes are a bit... I feel a chill. He's Chuny. Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these mitts for my grandson. Ah, Mr. Naruhodo, those people are the jury. Yes, that's something we don't have in Japan yet. That's right. They have a whole fucking jury, but they couldn't find someone, like a defense lawyer for this guy. No defense lawyer, but yes, jury. That's right, I've only ever read about it. How can someone as rich as Willy Wonka not be able to afford their own defense lawyer? That seems a bit fishy to me. This lady is a tea kettle from Beauty and the Beast. Oh my gosh, she is! She's... I forgot her name. Her kid is like Chip. The chipped teacup. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors. The judge passes sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. These people look like they have zero common sense. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view. But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? They vote. That I don't know, but I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses. Yes. Prosecutor Van Zeeks. My daughter. My daughter. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounce your fame. I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings. I thought he was going to say spread my legs. Spread my wings in this capacity. So what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstance of which the court should be aware? Oh, he's extra. I leave that to imagination, my lord. So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years. Why did he choose today of all days to make a comeback? Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you, I'm a cheerleader. As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, opening statements, I think. A summary of the case, if you please. Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, there is a case of overwhelming simplicity. You must be the only ones in here who aren't aware. Why does he have a scroll? Sorry, which time period are you from? Incident took place in the late evening, 3 days past. The hour was some minutes after 10. The victim was a maker of building bricks known to the community as Thrice Fired Mason. Sorry, Thrice? He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to be almost indestructible. What kind of bricks are these? Oh, ouchie! This is really graphic. The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service on the streets of London at the time. A dagger had been thrust into the victim's abdomen, is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. I can't talk. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard. Oh, can you guys hear the music, by the way? Is it on too low? Is that a bit better? Okay, anyways. Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that in the photograph as evidence. Autopsy report has been entered into the court record. It gives the cause as of death as internal hemorrhaging as a result of a single stab wound to the abdomen. Photograph of the crime scene has been entered into a court record. Crooked hat. And one verbal item of evidence. Prosecution wishes to submit these as well. I can't make up my accent for this. And these are... Good lord! Is that blood council? I'm gonna faint. Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. What? Mr. McGilda's gloves had blood on them! Murmur, whisper. Order in the court. Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well. The defendant's leather gloves had been entered into a court. Bloodstain on the right glove. I see. What if it's just, you know, a nosebleed or something? How can you need it? We need to do a DNA test, but they don't have DNA testing here. In deja vu here. Sure, there are plenty of valid reasons to be carrying bloody gloves. It happens. I mean, it could just be like Coke or something, right? It could just be, I don't know, it could be tomato sauce. How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I even started. Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus. Did you ever watch Sesame Street as a kid? You can do a count impression. I don't remember what he sounds like. That's been ages. It's been ages since I was a child. I'm a grown adult. I don't remember what Sesame Street sounds like. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside his vehicle at the time. Only 2? Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. To be honest, I don't even need to do a British accent. Even with my normal accent, people are like, "Oh, are you British? Are you Australian?" I sound the same, anyways. The other was the accused Magnus McGilded. Oh, he's got the eye pose from Oshinoko. あなたのアイドルサインはビーチ well, the point, I really like that point emoji. Well, rather damning circumstances to say the least. Defendant, what say you? I have nothing to say. Well, of course, I have no recollection of such a thing. Mr. McGill did! To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening. What's an omnibus? What's an omnibus? Is an omnibus like when they release like a big manga volume that's like bigger than usual? What's an omnibus? What the fuck? Why is my Google search Bing search? What the hell happened here? Omnibus is just a double-decker bus. Why did you call it an omnibus then? Omnibus. I guess it's like a collection of things. So it's like 2 in 1. I guess that's why it's an omnibus. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken for fierce tiredness and I always succumb to it. Oh, he kills people in his sleep. Yoshima Binghead, let's go. You call them Bingheads? People who use Bing are called Bingheads? Is that a thing? Are you claiming to have been asleep? 'Tis the motion of the carriage, my lord. Lilton, so it is. Lilton? 'Tis when I opened my eyes again. 'Twas a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before in me life. Oh, I just happened to fall asleep while someone was getting murdered, and when I opened up, there was a dead body in front of me. How convenient. Bingheads, they have many names. I'm an involuntary binger. What do you call that? Bing? Involuntary Binghead. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fellow bleeding from his stomach? You're a bit stupid. I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. So blood got into the gloves and after the man had been killed. Unfortunately, That statement of the drivers is only in the beginning. It's only the beginning. What? That's not all of it. There were multiple witnesses. To a precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed. This man's been like throwing his knife around this whole time. Order! 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 When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. Oh, here we go. Just like Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. I haven't seen that. I haven't played that one yet. Order! And there were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. Oh my gosh, it's A again. It's a nail in the coffin for the accused. Thank you, counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we will hear testimony from the witnesses first of all. Your wish is my command. Alright. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. Oh, get this man. Is he okay? Couldn't help himself. There was a pun there. What was the pun? Witnesses, your names and occupations. My name is, well, everyone calls me Beppo. Gosh, he has hypothermia, this man. I drive an omnibus in the East End. A nail in the coffin. Ah. Bruce, fair play. I'm a banker in the city. My name's first. Lady first. Lady first. I make hats for gents. I'm a soft boy. The poor guy looks like he'll be the nail in the coffin. Great name. Lady first. Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening. Why do they make him so handsome? Why do they make this guy so handsome? This guy's so uselessly handsome. All of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witnessed to the aforementioned incident. It's me, Shima. Hi, Slim Shima. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Quite right. Yes, sir. That's right, sir. Very well, then let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. Someone help Bipple for real. Bipple's dying. Bipple's dying of hypothermia. He's not gonna last half an hour. What the witnesses saw. I get him a coat or something. Poor guy. What kind of conditions has he been working in? It was the last bus of the evening. Do we not have like, how cold is the bus? Oh, but I guess it's like back in the old days and it's England, so we don't have like heating inside the buses. Someone give him a hot cup of tea. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm just a soft boy. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. Unambiguous testimony, I must say. What's the bus driver doing looking in the back when he should be driving the bus? Exactly, my lord. Why'd you bring a whip to court? Wait, if it's an old bus. Wait, is omnibus the full name for a bus? Wait, it's an no way. I'm so freaking tired. I'm tired of being searched as useless. Omnibus. Oh, it's a horse-drawn omnibus. Old. Omnibus old. Oh, it's a horse carriage. It's the first bus. It's the old bus before they had buses, before they had cars, before cars were invented. So it's like a horse-drawn carriage, but large. So it's a bus, basically. Essentially a bus. The first bus. But I guess bus comes from omnibusing. You old clippity clopper. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes. I'd like to ask a question if I may. Yes, counsel. Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Why not? Well, my learned colleague, you're stupid. Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes. Well, in that case, how could those two witnesses possibly have seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage. Wait, they weren't inside the carriage? I don't know. How quaint. I'd read that civilization in the Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you even travelled in an omnibus? Oh no, do you know Scare's having a moment here? Well no, we only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves the actual scene of the crime, that is. Oh my gosh, it's a field trip! What do you mean? The actual scene? How? Carriage is designed to be moved after all. Presumably you understand that much. Yeah. Omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today in this very building. Here? What? The entire carriage? Bailiff! Bring forth the stricken omnibus! Wait, it's tiny! I thought it'd be bigger. So that's the omnibus. The omnibus. Can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers. Guess it's a minibus then. Four passengers seated inside the enclosed cabin, another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of the omnibus. That's true. And I should point out to our foreign guests that there is a skylight in the roof allowing a view of the interior from the seats above. Oh, that's very cool actually. A skylight. Oh! The penny drops at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats in this omnibus when the murder took place. But you can't see for sure, right? That is how they came to witness the grim incident. What if these 2 are the murderers, huh? That looks so fun to ride though. It does. I kind of I want to ride one, but I feel like horse carriages are probably not that comfy. Like, I feel like my butt would hurt. That makes perfect sense. Wow, counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced a crime scene itself been brought to the courtroom. Technology is evolving. There are a number of important clues remaining inside this carriage, my lord. I'd like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish. Oh my gosh, this wig fell off. Very well. I see no reason why not. This omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence. His hand waved and his mouth's a bit shooty. Can't believe it! The entire crime scene entered as evidence. Sasagard, Great Britain. Yes, Great Britain is simply extraordinary. Why are you still such a Wisterboot? I could help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. Let us continue with the proceedings then. Your cross-examination, counsel. Pray don't expect this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of British courts cross-examination. I love it. I love the racism. Pray don't expect this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of British courts cross-examination rights. Says it all simping for the British. Sisato's basically a weeb arriving in Japan for the first time. Alright, my first cross-examination in the British court. Focus, do not scare. Focus! You know, I've hit my face like that before, but it never makes a slapping noise. What the witnesses saw. It's Danganronpa time. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. Victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. So we were next to each other. Let's see. Soka. That's right, he stabbed him. Oh! He stabbed him. I screamed. I couldn't help it. Soon as I heard the scream, I saw my boss. Then I saw it too. But then if he saw it too, that means he didn't see it at the moment it was stabbed in. The only two people in the closed cabin area, the victim and the defendant. And so help me. 3 whole people witnessed the man I'm trying to defend do the deed. I don't like to be pessimistic, but we do seem to be in a rather difficult situation here. No shit, Sherlock. Go home! Sister, you're useless. What am I supposed to think here? Is Mr. McGill really innocent? Or could it be... But you have to believe in your client. If your client says that they're innocent, you gotta prove whatever... You gotta work to the best of your ability to prove your client's innocent if they think that they're innocent. Before we jump to conclusions, our first task should be to gather information. We need to understand the case much better than we do at the moment. Yes, you're absolutely right. Let's listen to those witness statements again, a little more carefully this time. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. What is off about this? Wait, let me look at my... Let me have a look at these. Oh, the armband I inherited from Kazuma! Autopsy report. I wanna read it. Thrice-fired Mason, 54, brickmaker, cause of death. Cause of death, 10 PM. They have buses running until 10 PM. That's pretty late. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife while journeying, died to internal hemorrhaging, resulting in trauma. I see. Once in the abdomen. That's just a button. The button fell off! The button fell off here. This will become evidence later on, I bet. This is definitely blood, isn't it? Katsuma, so yesterday went to Dracula now, so true. Nothing will come out of grumbling now. No, by the way, is Mr. McGolden right-handed? Yeah, I wanted to ask this question. Is he right-handed? Yes, I believe so. He was toying for coin in his right hand a little earlier. Oh, she's very observant. Pity. If only he had been left-handed. I think blood on either glove would be fairly incriminating, really. That's true. That's true. this one's a hard one. Okay, let's see. So they were seated next to each other. Oh, hold on. I have a delivery. Give me 2 seconds. No, it's not food delivery. It's postal delivery, but they have to call every time they arrive because, yeah, the way our apartment is. Job Master, London head office, London 5th Avenue. Okay, wait. Okay, so he was seated here. Horse carriage is pulled this way. He was seated here. I have a big question. If you're sitting in a carriage with someone you don't know, why would you sit next to them when you can sit opposite them? Why did they say that he was sitting next to the man? And it's going in the opposite, like it's like reverse direction, you know? The horse is here, so we're heading in this direction. But for some reason, they're both sitting like back facing the driver. And back facing the driver, and he stabbed him from the side like this. Why wasn't he sleeping on this side? What, like, the dead man was sitting here. For some reason, he was sitting next to him instead of sitting on this side. According to what they said. If what they said is like 100% true. Right, it's a bit weird. There's some discrepancies here. And also, were these two lovely gentlemen also sitting like right next to each other here? Or was one like sitting in the front, one sitting in the back? Because that's more normal, right? If they were sitting next to each other, what is this, the gay carriage? Are they all dating? Because otherwise, if you're sitting in the front carriage, you can't see through the glass. You have to look backwards and look down. That will take time. The only realistic guy who could have seen it happen in real time is the guy who was sitting here. Yeah, well, if he was sitting here, I think he'd have a pretty good view. But if he's sitting from here and he's looking down, I don't think he'd have a good angle to see it at all. You know? It's like choosing the urinal next to the only dude in the restroom. So true. Right, these are the discrepancies I would like to know. Phoenix Wright Omnibus? Phoenix Wright? Alright, okay. I guess the other fishy thing would be... You know? The driver... Here's a scream. He would need to get out from here, go down, and go into the carriage to see. There is no window here. There is no window, so he can't see shit from here. He has to stop the omnibus, go down, and climb up and look inside to see what's going on. He's a liar! Oh wait, I can press here. I forgot I can press. I forgot I can press. Oopsies. Oopsie daisy. I got to hurry up. I forgot that I can press. Ha ha ha. Victim and the man accused sat next to each other. Let's press this part. Why will they sit next to each other? Sat next to each other. Saw him through a skylight on the roof of the carriage? That's right, when you sit in the top deck, the window's right there at your feet. So they were sat next to each other. There was a lamp on the inside, so I had a pretty good view. Ah, it's dark as well. It's nighttime. Couldn't exactly make out their face. Bro, that barely looks like him. He's way fatter than this. That's probably a different guy. Not a shred of doubt in my mind. That was Mr. McGill. How do you know? How do you know for sure? He could just be dressing as Mr. McGill. Hello, Heaven. We're solving a mystery today. Well, how can I put it politely? Mr. Gilda is a gentleman of rather small. It could just be another small man. He doesn't see the faces. I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilded. There was no room for doubt there. Oh, I really wish there was. Mata! Man, he sounds more aggressive than usual. You actually saw the exact moment it happened? Didn't I already testify to that? Or our fair dinkum hard-working city bank is not considered trustworthy these days. Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, I take it back. Oh, it's no good. I've really got his back up. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail. That's my door. Him, juror number 3, you're not allowed to talk during these times. This has nothing to do with you. What's the meaning of this? My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. Bro, we haven't even finished the cross-examination. Made up about what? Not unlike the stinking rich. Never have. Oh, it's the rich haters. I knew these people would appear. He's a fucking pickpocket, that's why. They're always up to something or other that they shouldn't be, every one of them. Is that... They have a freaking fire torch? What is this? What is this? Britain's Got Talent? And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me. What the fuck? This is so extra. This is taxpayer money that they're spending on these special effects. Damn, eat the rich moment, slay. Eat the rich. There's no point wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyways. Hold it! This is precisely what I was about to say. Bro, we're fucked. We're fucked. As the foreman of the jury, it's my duty to set a good example to my fellow jurors. This is a bra moment. What is happening here? Yeah, so in England they throw fire towards the scale and whichever side the scale lands on wins. Yeah, it seems that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts. With fire? Apparently, yes. White for innocent and black for guilty. That's racist. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case. One by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, as we saw a moment ago. So if those enormous scales fall completely to the black side, does that mean? Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm a bit hungry now. Should I make some chazuke? What's chazuke? Give me a second. Give me 2 seconds. I was supposed to meet up with a senpai. Give me a second. I'm supposed to meet up with a senpai today. I need to check the time that we're meeting up. Not to multitask during a game stream, but give me 2 seconds. Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Wait, what did he say? Oh, this is a nightmare. Alright, let's see what Finboy has to say. No! Oh, okay, wait. Let's press him. He's so aggressive. Let's hold it. He stabbed him, you say. And you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you? Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats. Wait, give me a sec. I need to... Can always... Mingo. A surprise senpai? No, not that, not those senpai. Not from soon. That's for next week. That's next week. No, senpai from work. No, not that one. Sorry to make you guys misunderstand. That's for next week. Ah, he just has a broken hat. He's got a little bow on his hat as well. What is he? Femboy. Daijoubu. Yes, that's right. So I was up on the roof seats. I remember seeing the little gent sitting next to a fellow that was stabbed. These two were sitting next to each other. What kind of relationship do they have going on? Oh my gosh, these two are gay. I've been thinking about a new hat design, you see, so I was just gazing absent-mindedly around. But then I happened to look down through the skylight. Oh, it was sticking right out from his belly. That huge, great knife. Him, a grim sight indeed. Ah, that didn't help me at all. Why is she cleaning? Jury look like they're even more convinced by my client than they were before. Grandma can't even hear. Grandma probably can't hear shit. It appears to have made everyone even more dubious that Mr. McGilders is telling the truth. If only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions. Mr. First! Oh, yes, sir? Is this the knife you saw? Why is he bringing up new evidence out of nowhere? Oh, good grief! Yes, that's it! The very one, sir! Is that? Yes, counsel. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake through the heart. You need to put your evidence, like, forwards first. You need to submit your evidence, bro. You can't just be bringing out evidence left and right. That's not how it works. That is a blade of considerable size, counsel. It is, and furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. The letter M, which seems oddly familiar. That's not Willy Wonka, it should be W. Oh, please, no. M for Magnus, perhaps? Or McGilded, possibly? Take your pick. Could be Michael, it could be anything. Seems this particular big name in council in London. It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake. Anata no aidoru. Igiari! But there are M's everywhere. So true. Yeah, like it's like a Mason. We got it. Why is his in such fancy font? What the fuck? Dramatic surprise evidence is allowed in London. Quite a start. At least we'll examine the weapon. This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned. Oh, now you're being classist. That's very Londoner of you. No, this weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused. Yeah, now he's being classist now. Now that's just... Wow. Wow, I see how it is. This is how people are like in England, I guess. Dracula has no breaks. Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, counsel. My dodo. If you forgive the interruption, I need a clean. Juror number 2, go on. Mr. McGilded is a pillar of society and a gentleman, and a gentleman's word should be sacrosanct? Sacrosanct? Croissant? Sacrosanct? However, those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Which are demandicus, and this fucking case is gonna end before I even get to do anything. Dispose of the rubbish! Am I not allowed to ask questions anymore? Should I stop the cross-examination? Because the longer this goes on, the more people are gonna vote for the other side. I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime. Hold it! Yeah, we're fucked. How do you play this game? Am I messing up? Am I messing? Did I choose? I chose the hardest difficulty, right? I painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I am now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion. Have we not lost already? I feel like everyone's gonna vote for it aside from the grandma. Not again. That's 4 out of 6 jury members who proposed a guilty vote. Guilty vote. We're fucked. Guilty vote. Are they allowed to change their votes? There are only 2 left. Isn't that already the majority? Oh no, does everyone have to have the same conclusion? Every time I press those witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse. Nevertheless, what we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark. Give me a second, I'm just gonna boil some water. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I need to organize where to meet my work senpai. So I'm thinking of where to meet the senpai. Where's a good place? Shibuya, Shimokita, Shimokita, Shibuya, Omotesandoもいいかも。Omotesandoかな。Shibuya? Let's just say Shibuya then. I'm trying to think, put on my thinking hat. No, okay. Scheduling business. It's not business. It's an old senpai from my old job who's visiting Tokyo at the moment. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna boil some water. Be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom as well. I'll be right back.あなたのアイドル Give me 2 seconds, I'm making uchatsuke now. Do you guys know what uchatsuke is? It's like a thing that you put on top of rice and then you pour hot water on top of it. It's like soup rice.
budget enemy paid their taxes.
Yum. Yo, Mapshima. It's like flavoring, but it's soup. It's yummy. I don't know how to describe it. It's soup rice. Ochazuke. I'm trying to explain ochazuke. It's soup. All I need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark. I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly. We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that will give us a way to fight back. But... alright, I'll keep trying. I can't give up. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. Alright. So am I not allowed to? If the more I ask, the riskier it is, right? There are only two people in the closed cabin, well, the victim and the defendant. And so help me. 3 whole people. Mingo. Let's start from the beginning again. You know how you can like press multiple people during a round? It's a bit of a pain. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him was sat next to each other inside the bus. Out of the blue, the accused just reached over and punched a knife right into his guts. Okay. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did, I couldn't help it. Okay. Let's press this man as well. The passenger. He collapsed on the floor he was. And by the passenger, obviously you're referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. And the other passenger had the knife in his hand like this. By the other passenger, obviously you're referring to the accused, Mr. Magnus McGilden. You're making a lot of assumptions here. And then he plunged it down like this, stabbing the other passenger in the back. How could you see that? That's impossible. Hard to believe one of London's greatest philanthropists. The law knows no philanthropist, my lord. Only the innocent and the guilty. Good deeds mean nothing when overshadowed by evil. The truth is everything. Couldn't agree more, sir. The truth. Because again, how do I get the victim in the head? Not what are you talking about? No, the problem is how did he? See, so he heard the scream because he heard that. So the driver's obviously lying because the driver heard the scream because some guy saw the guy getting stabbed, and then he gets out and he still gets to see the guy getting stabbed. Like he had to stop the carriage, he has to get out and go inside. There are no windows in that thing. Were there exactly 2 customers inside? Oh yeah, sure, that's right, sir. Yes, if it was so cold, it was for freezing, in fact. And 4 passengers on board at the time, is that correct? No other passengers when the incident took place, no one alighted, for example? You're quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that, no, none. Nobody fled the scene of crime then. Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty damning, actually. I have to say, what? To say the boss insists on it running. He does every day, the last bus of the day. So you can see around to see people's reactions. What do you mean by that? Well, what with it being so cold and everything and only making 20 pence on the run, you see, oh my gosh, he's poor, he hates the rich. He was the one who did it. Yes, I spend that much at the pub on the way home just trying to warm up again. Oh no! It's slave labor. This is really sad, actually. I just can't believe it, sir. I can't believe it. A murder on my own bus? I don't know if he's nervous or if he's just really cold. It's awful to think about it. I haven't even been able to shake this cold ever since it happened. My lord, I wish to speak. Oh, fuck. As the master of London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder being committed in one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. Oh my god. People needs a drink, for real. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, so I said to myself. That's why he has like a little like flask. They need the alcohol to warm up, but then driving under the influence of alcohol is not good. Finishes inside. Yeah, we're fucked. Bruh. Pippa was a long-standing member of the guild and I trust what the man says. Dude, that's not how I thought the jury's not allowed to have any relations with these people. But I guess it's the with the witness? I'm not sure if that's allowed. Which now means that 5 jurors agreed to condemn this man. Have we already lost? Madam Juror number 6. Yes, dear? What can I do for you? Please, Grandma! Grandma, don't do it! You've heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand. Oh, yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know. Then pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning? Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. That voice is too sexy for Grandma. I always go to the park around this time of the day and sit on a nice bench and get on by knitting. There's a lovely little park just near where I live. McGilded Park, it's called. The gentleman donated it to the city, you know, to put a smile on Londoners' faces, he said. Yes, she's a fan! She's an Elon fan! Can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life. Yeah! He's always doing wonderful things for the city. Grandma, yes! A Willy Wonka supporter. Idol Raid. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Idol. Howdy, hello. We're playing Ace Attorney. We're bringing down the rich. Oh, no, we're not. We're protecting the rich. Hello. Hello, Polo. Thank you. I am enjoying the game. Thank you for raiding. Thank you. Hello raiders, we're defending Willy Wonky. Yeah, we're defending Willy Wonka. We're defending Rich Willy Wonka from a murder accusation. Where he was accused of killing someone in a carriage, and there's only 4 people in the carriage, so it kind of has to be him. Mother, may we go to the McGilded Public Library later and borrow some more books? How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know? What kind of man Magnus McGilded really is? What kind of man is he? The philanthropist Magnus McGilded has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one of the very darkest of souls. What? Stone the crows. McGilded lends money at extortionate rates of interest so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak. No way! I've never heard of any mention of that before. Hello, Cloud 11 Nishima. Hello. To be honest, he might be guilty, but we're doing a what? I can't even read. Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So has this thought not crossed your mind? We're doing our job here, yeah. Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his Yeah, I think our client is guilty. What possible reason could this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service? I feel like my personal theory is that it's a gay carriage. Why were they sitting side by side? Why were the 2 dudes upstairs sitting side by side? I think they're all gay. That is very true, actually. You're not saying that the victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was accused Magnus McGilded. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed, the final repayment day for his debts, was the final repayment. Good gracious! The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. Oh fuck! No! And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he had owned taken away from him, his life. Yeah, the yaoi goggles say on during trial, Your Honor. By the merciless philanthropist pretender, Magnus McGilded. I'll believe it. You're allowed to say that? Sisato's allowed to, she's allowed to talk? If I might add something briefly. Does she even have the right to talk in the court? Miss Sisato? You claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGilded. But where is the evidence to support your claim? So true! These are baseless rumors, Your Honor. He's allowed to drink wine in the courtroom? What the fuck is this? Okay, Dracula. That could be blood as well. Why is it? You're allowed to consume alcohol during a court trial? Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in a court of law. Yeah, you know what's wrong. Aha, there it is. Lord Van Zieg's hallowed chalice. What the fuck? How can this be considered acceptable? There's a lot of unacceptable things happening in this courtroom, to be honest. The guy in the jury brought a knife. But I find myself in unexpectedly good humor. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself. Oh, he's so racist! He's so racist. As judicial assistant to the defense, I'm simply doing my job. What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. It's not racism if you hate everyone equally. He seems to have something against the Nipponese, though. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside. Oh. Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. Why is he so slow presenting evidence? Just like shit it all out at once, just like represent it all. Why are you holding back? He's so dramatic. He's such a drama queen. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. I'm thoroughly offended. Marvelous toast, counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence. There's something wrong with the judge as well. How much is 20 guineas? Oh yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum, and the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense. I don't know what he's saying. These words are hard. Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eye. No! Don't believe him. Grandma, wait! Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi of the accused. And it's such a pretty little park too. What a scoundrel! 10 guineas, 1 guinea pig. Is that how it works? It's like Shima currency, but guinea pig currency. Still, maybe it's all for the best. Wait a minute. Let's think about this a little bit more. I don't stand for nonsense. No! It's Jova. It's Jova. Did I fuck it up? Is this how the game's supposed to go? That's what the last year's decision. Did I fuck it up? Is there a playthrough for this? Can you actually lose like this, Shima? For real? Please tell me this is like part of a game that I can't control. According to this Encyclopedia of British Law, when all members of the jury have concluded that defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here. Ha, the final verdict. It's over then. Oh! Oh, she's so cute. There's a footnote though. A footnote? However, the defense... Yeah, I've just asked questions. I haven't done shit. All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement with this in this case. He belongs at like some kind of Halloween murder mystery party. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections. This is, I thought, just tell me one thing. Oh, yes? You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law. However, the defense... What did it say next? Oh, yes, of course. One moment. When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Then the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point. What's a summation examination? Summation examination. Summation examination? You got it! A summation examination. From which century has that tome you have there been resurrected? Not as... I don't know, which century did you come from? Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. He's literally Dracula, right? It's a relic, long forgotten and certainly no longer practiced. So you're out of luck. Oh, what even is it, Miss Mr. Sato, the so-called summation examination. Oh, one moment and I'll read about it. He would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails. Typical Nipponese. Ah! Can't believe Dracula's racist. Alright, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. Seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury. To do what exactly? Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions, and it says here that if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Make them reverse their decisions. Yes, in times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But that procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really. So it rather fell out of use. I wonder why. Because it was devoid of purpose. Was Nipponese the actual term back in the day? I don't think so. I feel like people got that from Code Geass. No way. Was it Nipponese before? I need to search for stuff now. Now I'm curious. Nipponese. Arere? Nipponese. Is it? Oh, I think it is an old. Oh, it is an old way. I thought it was like a made-up term, like for a game or something. Oh wow! I see. I see. It is a dated term for Japanese person. I thought he was just being racist, to be honest. Nipponese was the actual term. Okay, right, alright. Still racist though. No respecting self-defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this day and age. Is that what? Nipponese, man. Still. When did it turn to Japanese then? I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. Alright, Hermione. Shimonese. You guys are all Shimonese now. Japan was recorded in English in 1577, so it still might be dated. Oh, Japan. Where's Japan from? Like Portuguese or something? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? A summation examination. Our last possible option. Do we assert our right? Portuguese and Malay traders or something. Well, I was right. Haha, I'm always right. A summation examination, our last possible option. Do we assert our right? Assert our right! You gotta stand up for your rights. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord! You got it! London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. I'm sick of this British guy. What's so good about London? People are rude, it rains all the time. We have a duty, people have bad teeth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very high standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried. And the food is bad as well. But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination. Thank you, Santa Claus. London stinks. I've never been to London either. But I bet it stinks. This is madness. London sucks. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Well, I'm not, it's so funny. Wait, I want to watch this animation. Looks really satisfying. His face is so round. There was no mention of this in the letter I received too, so all members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision. On what grounds? You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Wow, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot. This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before. Why are you guys so nervous? I don't really hold it with all this justifying. Like, that lady doesn't even talk. Did that lady even... Did the typewriter lady even say anything? That seems to have thrown Majora's off. That's how yandere shimas were made. That's how shimas were while watching a yandere video. Oh, the sweating one, sweating guy. It seems none of them have experienced this before. Alright then, the summation examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe. Is it a real thing? Sorry, I'm just finishing my rice, but I don't like soupy rice. Chasuke is okay, but I hate stuff like konji. Just makes me want to puke for some reason. Now I have tears coming out of my eyes. To state the grounds on which you find the defendant Magnus McGilded guilty of this most serious crime. Yeah, I'm wondering if it was an actual historical thing. We don't have that in New Zealand either. The jurors' contentions. I'm a lawyer, by the way. I finally applied for my practicing certificate. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. She must stop eating it then. No, but it's good though. It's just it's been lying around for so long that it's kind of lukewarm now, and so that's why it's kind of gross. But it still tastes nice. But the texture. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20... He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. I feel like he's done it before as well. Yeah, Juror number 1 has the best animations, I agree. I've simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. Don't we have like a separate person who does that? You can trust the guild. Fears is our motto. We haven't raised the prices above 4 pence for years. You really should raise them. Raise them. They need a living wage. Please raise the wages. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor. It beggars relief. Beggars belief. I'm saddened to wish I hadn't pushed for this now. Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments though, do they? Seriously, grammar. Oh, let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their minds. I'll have to throw everything I can at them and use some very persuasive language. Just a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. According to my book, that's not quite how it works. Oh? I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. Unfortunately. Once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says. But then, they've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. That's true. Then what on earth am I supposed to do? You gotta agree with him. Oh dear, I'm deciding what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo. Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea of how to make this work then? Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the juror's own words to make your arguments. What do you mean? Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. That is true. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, we then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. I see. So it's contradictions in what two or more jurors say that we're looking for. In a way then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination. Oh yes, I suppose you're right. We got this. Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. This is what I'm best at. Alright, might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. I have to pull this off. Oh, I'm so good at guessing what they're gonna say. I have to pull this off. Can we start proceedings, counsel? I would ask you to take the stand for this. Yes, my lord. Time for business. The defense's rebuttal. Haha, but there was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. Oh, there's one part that doesn't make sense. They said 4 pence each, but there were only 4 passengers. Yeah. These two statements clearly contradict each other. They do? Explain yourself, counsel. Me? Oh dear, what have I said? I saw on Silverblaze's maiden name. I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quick maths! Quick maths! I'm so smart. Rebuttal, repeatal. Quite right. I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. I love it when the music turns OP. And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare of the omnibus is always 4 pence. 4 times 4 equals 16, not 20. So there must have been 1 extra person on the bus. That it is, a fair and convenient single price. Just the way London's carriages should be operated. I told you, I'm so big brain, but that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man, why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication, quick maths, it will be 16 pence. Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. Make it make sense. By 4 pence, in fact. Oh, that was kind of fruity of him. What's that hand gesture? That's a what is that fruit? By 4 pence, in fact, or precisely 1 person's fare. This is why she was the king. We don't know math. Exactly. I'm so smart. 1 person's fare. Yes, in other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible. There was another passenger we've heard nothing about. Wah ha ha ha! Good gracious. This can't be right. The coachman of the guild, a good, honest man, one and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword. You're learning sus hand gestures from Dracula. He's been affected. The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. Is this another episode of 2 witnesses conspiring to hide a third party? I think only the coachman is lying in this instant. Because the other 2 on top couldn't see whose face it was. They just saw 2 people with hats on and 1 getting stabbed by the other. So I think the 2 at the top are fine. It's just the coachman's obviously lying because he couldn't have seen shit in the first place. I beg your pardon? Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. Ha! Alright then, how to make it so this miserable trial doesn't end, She's so cute. Coach driver could have been drunk since he's cold all the time. That's true as well. Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire into the innocent side on a set of scales. Now hold your horses there, Coachman. We were all in agreement. Why do you have to go and... Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo! Monopoly Man is angry now. Oh, how the tables have turned. I love this animation. Oh, this is all very irritating. Begging your pardon, sir. I'm going to do the same. Good on you, maid-o-san. I'll visit your maid cafe. Oh, it's tilting in my favor. For the love of Mike, not you as well. A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters. Why is that important? Oh, really? I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. I can't continue eating this. I'm gonna... I can't. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. You did it. If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue. 2 more, actually. There is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. Then that's where you must strike next. So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show that there's another contradiction in their assertions. Exactly. You can do it. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say, absolutely brazen. I've simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. Go before this trial is to continue. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor. Oh, hold on a second, let's pit. Yeah, these two are contradicting. Koizura! I holding it in a bath cake? No, it was just a bit gross. These 2 statements are completely contradictory. What? Explain counter post haste. Oh dearie me, I was only knitting a jumper for my other half. Oh, that's very sweet. What does all this claptrap? What does contradictory mean? Even mean, I ask you. Go get an education. We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. What? Can't you seem a bit busy here? Wasn't it for a stepson, or did you finish that? Was there a stepson? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Want to test me, do you? It was like this, jerked the fellow next to him without even getting up, just like the prim banker said. Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony, quite true. Now then, juror number 6. Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam? Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so. Now don't move. Take a look at these two jurors. He struck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. Well, I never... They're stabbing in totally different directions! Having them mime the murder is kind of grotesque. Bless my stitches. What a muddle. What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. You are obviously. Well, but why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet. But what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience? Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies. But it's really extreme though. It's either guilty or can't you just hold back your votes until the end of the trial like a normal jury? Why do you have to vote now? I don't think it's entirely right to say that they're innocent even. The scales. I don't believe it. It's equal now. Hold it. Wait. Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's Nipponese. Fuck, not this again. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all. Racism is accurate for its time. If I could use magic, do you think I'd really be putting myself through all this? Answer me this, Dark Jinx. Oh my, Dark Jinx done it. Me? What exactly is the problem? What of it? If two witnesses have slightly different recollections of events. What of it? Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim. Shylock. See, Shylock's also racist. Isn't Shylock also racist? Shylock is from Merchant of Venice, right? The Jewish man who is the Jewish moneylender. The racism is very accurate for London. Let's say the Shylock didn't stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus. And this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor and then the Shylock stabbed him again. And this old lady saw him do it. Well, let me search up what Shylock means in this context. Yeah, the Jewish moneylender, but can it be used as like a not proper noun because it's not capitalized? Now, moneylender who charges extremely high rates of interest. Still feels kind of racist to me. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that, We're learning all kinds of all-timely slurs from Ace Attorney of all places for real. Who are you calling a dandy, sir? Why I should take this knife into? What does dandy mean? Dandy. I like the sound effects. Dated informal. An excellent thing of its kind. Excellent. Dandy, wait. A man unduly concerned with looking stylish and fashionable. Dandy. Old English. Conceited fellow. Old English meaning. Who's very concerned with how he looks can be called a dandy. I see. Such an I see, alright. Dandy is a man who places particular importance upon physical appearance and personal grooming, refined language, and leisurely hobbies. He doesn't seem like that. He has a fucking knife. Well, I guess it's just someone who's like too obsessed with himself. Who are you calling old? Why I should take this needle into you? Oh my gosh, it's kind of scary. They're ready to kill each other now. And they're both the people that have like stabby things on them. But could the foreman of the jury be right? The two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime. It's possible. No, because he was only stabbed once. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you doctors? Come on, out with it! What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. He was only stabbed once, that's why. What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I say the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of a question, show me some proof. I will show you some proof. I will. It looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence. As you wish. What? You what, mate? I'll give you the proof. It's out of a question that the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime as proven by the autopsy report. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen only once. Ha 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 ha. Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen two different times. Alright, I concede defeat. I actually really like this game. I'm really good at problem solving. I feel like I focused more playing this game than I focused at work. Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. That's too early for a verdict though. Can't they just like take back their votes? We've done it, Mr. Nariholo. We've won. Now we need to convince the judge. Is that what we need to do? What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Source, Ace Attorney as work experience. Can this count towards my CPD hours? Does this count towards my continuing professional, what does the D stand for? Education, learning, whatever. Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had a consensus. I said shut your trap. I know a lie when I see one, and if the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade and shave every last hair of his head. Catfight, catfight. Please tell me he's a barber. Wow, and a quite remarkable turn of events. What is it doing to the knife? I don't know. It's the anime villain thing to do. Why do you lick the blade? I don't know what people do. It's always kind of gross too. Like, what if you actually like accidentally cut your tongue? That would be really painful. Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate, and the trial must continue. Yatta ze! I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places, and I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to end this here today because, yeah, I want to take a nap before I go out today. Let's save here. This game makes me feel so good. It's probably for kids, but it makes me feel so good. I'm so smart. Ha 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 ha. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. Our king loves baby games. That's not baby games. Ace Attorney is probably for like 15 and above, right? They have murders. There's murders in the games. It's not for kids. It's not for. I wonder. What is the intended demographic for Ace Attorney? By all means, King Shima, well done on the juror cross-examination. I'm very good at that. He. I know quick maths. 4 times 4 equals 16, not 20. I am the lawyer who's the best at maths. Ace Attorney. I used to play a lot of Ace Attorney when I was 15 to 16. See, I'm smarter than a 15-year-old then. That means Ace Attorney intended demographic. Oh, how do I change it from Bing? Why is my search engine Microsoft Bing? It's mostly aimed at teens and young adults. Yeah, I'm smarter than a 15-year-old. It's so easy peasy lemon peasy. The age rating is T for teen. Yeah, I'm smarter than a teenager. Ha ha ha. It's such an easy game. It's so easy. We're basically just playing Ace Attorney to see. It's basically just an anime at this point. It's like a visual novel. It's so easy. We just see the story continue on, and I don't have to do anything. Ha ha ha. Okay, anyways, thank you for watching me today. Well, I'll see you again tomorrow to play. What's it called? What was it? What did I say it was? Volcano Princess. And we are going to make her a concubine, prostitute, demon queen, polyamorous princess. You're welcome. But yeah, let's try to make lots of progress tomorrow. And yeah. Sorry for the lack of streams this week. I've just been hella busy and losing my mind. But yeah. Next week, my presentation. Next week, probably no streams. Maybe one stream when I get back. No, maybe, potentially. No, potentially 1 or 2 streams next week. But yeah, I'm gonna be meeting some people, meeting some sim puppies. But yeah, thank you for watching today. Have a good rest of your day, and I don't have an ending greeting, do I? Otsushima! Bye bye. See ya. Wait.